I knocked one. Oh, he's fucking hit me. Math, grab us, please.
Yeah. I got him. It's alright. You keep. Oh, okay.
Hi, it's 1975, and today I'm going to talk about some political bollocks. It's basically Article 13 and why that's made me glad we're leaving the EU. This is not the norm for my channel. I don't normally talk about political bollocks because why would I? I'm a video game channel that, you know, bases itself on the escapism of video games. The fact that we can, you know, play these video games to get away from our real world worries. So I really do hate talking about this in the space that is my YouTube channel. However, while I've got a YouTube channel, I've got to do my best to fight against Article 13, because if Article 13 passes, I don't have a YouTube channel anymore. That's basically the point of it. I won't have this anymore if I don't beat Article 13. Or we don't beat Article 13, I should say. The world needs to stand up to the EU Parliament and say, it's bollocks! And that's the end of it, really. So I'm glad we're leaving the EU, because when we leave the EU, we leave Article 13 behind, and it's going to be much easier for us to get the UK government to repeal bullshit law than it is the EU government, because the EU Parliament is an unwieldy, ridiculous beast. This got proven with a ridiculous law they brought in a few years ago called the right to be forgotten. Now, for those of you not in the know, basically in the EU you have the right for web searches to forget about your past. Now, for example, if you search my name, you won't find shit because there's nothing on the internet. I think you'll find a couple of entries of me playing chess when I was a little kid in local newspapers. But if you if I, for example, linked to an article that was about me committing fraud and something I went to prison for, I could apply to Google. If enough time had elapsed and I could prove that that was no longer relevant, I could ask Google to respect my wishes to have the right to be forgotten. And YouTube would censor the entire fucking internet to block those search results for me. And if you don't believe me, you can look this shit up. It's ridiculous. Since they brought in the law, the right to be forgotten, it's mostly been used by paedophiles and fraudsters to hide their criminal past. In some reason, the European Parliament think this is a good thing. I can understand, certainly to an extent, if if there's false shit about you on the internet, you do have the right to that, for that shit to be removed. But what you should do is get that shit removed, i.e. the website hosting it, and not force Google to censor the internet to fit your needs. It just seems bizarre. It's a ridiculous law, and it was one of those moments where I sat up and went, man, the EU's got some really weird ideas about the digital space. And then we get to Article 13, where you go, what? Are you serious? You are treating YouTube as if it is a TV network with complete editorial control and choice over what it shows and what it broadcasts. Do you not understand how the internet works? How can you treat Facebook like it's a newspaper letters column? What? Copyright law is really complex and complicated. I'll give you an example, right? If I post a photograph of copyrighted content, but I invert it and I change the coloration, nobody's going to notice that I posted that for months. It would take a detective to work out that I've breached copyright by posting a copyrighted image, and I haven't credited or paid for the copyright to post that, because it's really difficult to spot. There's all sorts of, as well as I do, everyone remembers stuff like Vanilla Ice not totally ripping off Under Pressure and then sort of trying to claim it wasn't. I think there's even that interview where he says, no, it's completely different. My song goes dun, 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 and their song goes dun, 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 dun. It's like, yeah, shut up, mate. You just basically ripped their track totally. And that had to go to court before it was decided. Now, according to the new EU guidelines, if YouTube posted the music video, for example, before the copyright claim was in, they would be breaching copyright. and they would be responsible for that, even though the copyright hadn't yet been decided by the creator of that content and the copyright owner. How could they have a crystal ball? Do they know the diminutive domain of this copyright before the court case has been decided? No. Copyright is very incredibly complicated, especially in a world of music where you've got sampling, you've got parody, so because YouTube can't allow themselves to be liable all the time, they have to take the standard precautions to limit their exposure to liability, to limit their risk. I've had some work in risk assessment and risk management, and the only way they can manage that risk is by absolutely and utterly denying everyone the opportunity to post, and limiting who posts to a very select few companies that have earned the right to. That's horrifying and dangerous, and limits what YouTube can be, and totally destroys it as a digital space, along with Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, you name it. Anyway, that's enough of me ranting. I've had enough of my own voice. I'm going to let the rest of this gameplay play out and say thank you very much for watching.
What are you shooting at, Nick?
People through the windows.
On the balcony. On the balcony. There's one lead down. One lead down on the balcony. People from the houses are starting to make a break for it. This house. Hit him once. Fuck, shit. You hurt me.
Yeah, I'm being shot at again by the guys over on the farm.
30 seconds. Can't see him.
Yeah, I can see him, don't worry. Fucking hell, who was that?
It wouldn't hurt any. Another guy just cross road.
I'm medding.
Are you in?
I'm medding.
Yeah, I'm going to the broken car. I'm hoping I can make it. Oh, that's a large head. I'm safe, but good grenade. He's pushing my. Oh, no, he's not. On the other side of the hill.
Right, coming up to the right.
I'll take a reason.
Crawl to me.
Yeah, go in. 6 alive, there's 2 others left. Well played, boys, well played.
Good game.